Right guys, I'm going to make some buttercream now for my Victoria sponge, the great big family one. I'm going to do, I don't need a lot of buttercream in it, so I'm using half salted, half unsalted butter. I think it's about 120 grams of each, so 240 altogether. I'll pop that in. I'm using my whisk because it whips the butter. I use the paddle when I'm doing buttercream birthday cakes because I don't want all the air bubbles. But I'm not bothered about the air bubbles for inside a cake. So I'm using my whisk because it whips it up really fast. On a fast speed. Just leave that for about 5-10 minutes to let it whip up. Right guys, I'm changing to my paddle now. I've whipped it up with this, the butter. I'm going to change to my paddle now. And I'm going to put 300 grams of icing sugar in. Beat that with a paddle for a few minutes. I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla extract in. And I'm going to put a tablespoon condensed milk in. I always put a teaspoonful of condensed, or 2 teaspoons, depending on how much you need, into buttercream that I'm using for inside a cake. Sometimes on the outside of a cake, if it's just a 2-layer cake or whatever. But if it's a cake that needs support, if it's like a birthday cake and it's a few layers high, I don't add the condensed milk because it softens it, and you want it quite firm, your buttercream, for a cake that, you know, like a birthday cake that's stacked. So I don't bother with the condensed milk then, and I put more icing sugar in. But for this one, I'm filling the cake with this, so I always put a table. It adds such a lovely texture to your buttercream, the condensed milk. That's just right now. Right, I've filled it with Aldi's seedless raspberry jam. Pop some buttercream in it. Now my family don't like lots of jam and buttercream, especially my mum. So you can put as much or as little as you want in yours if you make one. They just love cake. But my mum's not too keen on a lot of buttercream. Just enough buttercream there. I got Frankie here he's come here straight from school. He's had one of his brownies already. The Nutella brownies. Now he wants his tea. He wants me to make him a fish finger butty. Fish finger butty. There we go. Family size Victoria sponge for all my family. I'll just pop some icing sugar on top of that. Sometimes I put ordinary caster sugar on top, sometimes I put icing sugar on top. I'll take my mum some of that round in a bit when I've made Frankie's fish finger butty. There we go, guys. Quick and easy. Family size Victoria sponge.